Good afternoon, everybody. Rick here. I am here at Memorial Park on 9th Street, just a few blocks from downtown Winfield. Doing another video today because that video I did yesterday just wasn't quite right. So I've changed the settings again, but I found out one important thing. Somehow or another, I had inadvertently left the anti-shake off. So I found it, I turned it back on, so now I'm going to do another video. I've also got it set on 1080p 60 frames per second because that 30 frames per second, it just didn't look quite right. So I'm out here again. I'm someplace, like I said, I'm someplace different today. More different than I've been at Island Park here lately, so I thought I'd go someplace different today. So at any rate, we're just going to kind of do a walk and talk and kind of look around a little bit. It's Monday afternoon. It is about 12:20. It's cloudy, a little windy, 63 degrees. So at any rate, we're going to walk around and just see how this video turns out later on. So if you're not doing anything, come on along and join me. Okay. There's Brahms right across the street there. Boy, look at that line of cars to the drive-thru over there. My goodness. Of course it is about 12:20, 12:25, something like that right now. So of course it is the noon hour. Boy, howdy. It's really busy. See if I can. Yeah, there's cars trying to. They're even taking up the. They can't even get out of the parking lot because they've got the. They got the drive blocked, or they did have it blocked. Wow, well, let me see. Let's see. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. About 7 cars over there for the drive-thru. Wow, that's crazy. I'm glad it's not me. Well, we'll go on. They're just extremely busy this afternoon. Never go to a fast food place at noon or anytime during the popular hour like that, like for any meal. It seems like the noon hour is always the worst. Looks like they're putting a facelift on the War Memorial over here. We're going to go take a look at it here in just a minute. But I'm just going to kind of look around here a little bit, and we might walk up to Main Street too, just for something different. I've not been to the park for a while, but this looks like it's fairly new. I don't know. I don't remember this being here. Proud to be a veteran. Very, very, very true. All right. Let's walk up here to the memorial, and maybe we can see what exactly they're doing. It's really not bad out today, but the next 2 or 3 days it is supposed to rain. Pretty good chance of rain. So I thought, well, if I'm going to do this, I'd better do it this afternoon, because I'm trying to get my cameras ready for a little road trip we're going to be taking here in a couple of weeks. As you can tell, they got the orange fencing all the way around it, and it looks like they're just filling in cracks, maybe. Last time I was here, it did look like it was getting a little worn. It's been here a very long time. Yeah, that looks like that's what they're doing. Trying to get it looking better. It's been here a very long time. And of course it is in tribute to our veterans. There's eagles on every side. There's eagles. I love eagles. Yeah. I like these lamps. Those are pretty cool. It's pretty here at night with all the lamps on. But, yeah. Looks like the sun's trying to peek out every now and then. This might be the last nice day we have for a couple of 2 or 3 days, but we do need the moisture. I understand that really, really bad. As I stated yesterday, we are in a severe drought. We really need to get us some moisture. I'm going to show you this tree over here. It's got knots all over it. Pretty interesting. Don't think I've ever seen a tree like that before. Not like this. Well, let's go over and take a look at this knots on this tree. Wow, that's crazy. And I mean, they're just all up and down this tree. Look at that. Hope that's coming out on video. Looks like it might be kind of dark, but maybe you can see those knots in this tree. It's actually got a blue tag or something on that tree with a screw. I can't quite make out. There might be numbers on that. I don't know what that signifies. It's different. It might mean something to somebody. Like here, there's a bolt. Look at that bolt. That's a pretty good sized bolt and washer there. But you can see the underneath, if that's what that is that like 2 trees in one? No. That's probably just the underside of the bark. But look at that. Huge. These, whatever these are, if they're knots, they're huge. Look at that. I'm going to do something here. Just bear with me for just a minute. I don't know if you can see it or not. I try to zoom out. There's a, look at that knot way up there with the white insert or insides to it. Wow. I've got this zoomed out a little ways. We might just keep it that way for a while. I just can't get over all these knots on this tree. I mean, they're everywhere. I don't know what that means or signifies. I really don't know. If anybody does know, leave me a comment, because I would like to know what these knots signify. Huh, that's crazy. Wow. Okay, well, let's make our way over here. I've seen something else over here we're going to take a look at here in just a minute. We have a wall down here with names of the veterans. It's a pretty good sized wall. Of course, this all lights up at night, or it used to light up at night. I'll have to get a lot closer. And it goes quite a ways down. On both sides. See something else over here that looks interesting. Looks like it's been damaged. You see where the piece has fallen out. What I'm thinking is this is an old hitching post that people would hitch their horses to right here. I do believe that's what that is. It's undoubtedly been here for a very long time. It's a shame it's been damaged, but that's what it looks like. It's a very pretty little park. I mean, I'm sure people go by it all the time and don't pay it a second look. And I'm guilty of that too. I go by here all the time. But I try to go down here every now and then and pay my respects. I think it's cool that we've got a memorial park. Actually, years and years, many years ago, probably about where that memorial is standing, there used to be a huge mansion here, believe it or not. There's a white fence that went all the way around the mansion. I've seen pictures, and it was very cool. I mean, they had the hitching post lined up along with the white picket fence that went all the way around it, and it encompassed this whole area. It was all their property, and it was very nice house. And I think at one time there was a construction outfit in here that they did construct, you know, like they built houses and barns and garages and that sort of thing. And matter of fact, my dad had a garage built by the people that were here at one time. They did a really good job. And again, here it says, "We will not forget." And then here's it says this wall is a replica of the Washington, D.C. Memorial. Each wing stretches 40 foot from the vertex or the center of the wall. There are 24 foot wide panels, which are odd numbered from 1 to 19 on the north wall and evenly numbered from 2 to 20 on the south wall. The first casualty is listed below 1959, and the last casualties is above 1975. Yeah. Yep. It's really nice how everything is, even with virtually having just very, very little to no rain, everything is still green. And here's a POW MIA area with the flag right up there. And it says, "You are not forgotten." And this one says, "Dedicated to the women rather, who served their country." As it says, "In memory of our veterans and fallen heroes, by the members of the Safari International Motorhome Club, September 2002. Okay. Here's a plaque over here by this tree, and I'm not sure what that was at one time. No longer there. And then this says, "In honor of American POW MIAs donated by VFW Post 3544 and Ladies Auxiliary." Okay. There's the blue tag on this tree. Huh. Okay, I really don't know what that means. I don't know if that means it's endangered or what. I really don't know. It's busy down here. Of course, it usually always is. We got the street sweeper coming down the street right over there. And it's just a beehive of activity this afternoon. Very noisy. I was worried about the wind. The wind's not all that bad, actually, not like I thought it was. And of course, there's a new Winfield Fire EMS building. I did an open house here a few months ago, and it's got pretty good views. Now the police station It's supposed to be right over there where the trailers are. Right over there. The white trailer and the white, like a storage bin. That's where the police station is supposed to be built. But it took them years and years and years to build this. This was actually, the old high school was here. The vocational building, where they had like bands and all that, was here where the new fire station is. And there were two other massive buildings right in this area. I went to those. I went to that high school when it was still here. Looks like they're doing something on the roof of the old firehouse. You know, it's a shame because I've seen pictures of this when it was in its prime. And there were actually two big, huge doors where the fire pumps were stored with the horses. And it would have been a historical site, but not anymore. They put in new windows and new doors, and they keep adding new stuff to it, so it's no longer historical building. Once you do something like that, it ruins the historical significance of the building. I mean, I understand. I certainly understand, but it does not take away from the fact that they ruined a historical building. I know this probably won't come out on video, but it's Winfield Fire Station, 1886 to 1931. Yep, and of course, this used to be the courthouse. It's not anymore. Actually, I don't know what's in there anymore. It may just be empty in there. I am not real sure. There's an old bank building like a block down, just the next block, and that's where you pay your property taxes and car taxes and all that. It was like a block down. Now right over here, where this Albertson's Courthouse Annex is, was in fact a grocery store called Albertson's. But of course, that was long ago torn down, and now we've got this Courthouse Annex. It's also we get your driver's license and that sort of thing is right over there. Yep, a lot of changes over the years. And this is front of the old courthouse. And there's the whole map of Kelly County. I'll tell you something else here. May have to wait just a minute. Okay, had to wait for that street sweeper to get out of the way. This building right over here used to be the Lagonda Hotel. Of course, there is a business on the bottom floor, and I do think there's still apartments. There's 3 floors, and I think there's still, now, they might still be occupied. Now that, I do not know for a fact. They could all be empty. I really don't know. But at any rate, that was a Lagonda Hotel. Looks like the first floor is the Winfield Family Therapy. A very cool old building. And right here on the corner there was an old college hangout pizza place. Just right across the street. It's really changed over the years. Now see if you'll look on this, if you can see it on the video. Right down there, there's a plaque that says Laganda on it. There's a banner up there that says that's LH Laganda Hotel. This over here was a mural for Coca-Cola, although it's really badly faded. I don't know if it's going to come out on video or not, but there's an old gas station down there with two old gas pumps. I can't get close to it because there's a car sitting right there beside it. Somebody needs to redo this mural. It was really pretty at one time. Of course, it's been there for many years. There's a private parking area right between the big red brick building and then this security title business. So that might be the people that live in the apartment or the people that work over here. I don't really know. This is a pawn shop. I've never been in there, and I don't know if they're even really open right now. They might be, but yeah, a lot of these little buildings are no longer. They have not been in business for quite some time. This one is very much empty. I'm not sure what's even looks like a break room of some sort in there. Now I will tell you that this building I think was a arts and crafts or something like that for the kids to come in here and make stuff during the summer months if they so choose to, or chose to. It's kind of interesting in there. Oh, pretty big building. It goes back there quite a ways. And this says Chicks and Giggles. I do not believe I don't believe they're open. And here's Hutto Printing. They don't look like they may not be open anymore. Actually, my printing teacher in high school, his name was Hutto, and he had he had his own printing business, but it wasn't located here. It was located on the west side. And this says CPA Solutions. You know, when you're zipping by this, you don't really pay a whole lot of attention to these little businesses in here. And of course, that's the city of Winfield. That's where you pay your city bills and other things. I'm not sure, like maybe traffic fines or something like that, or court. That's where they hold the court, is upstairs. But up the very top it says, erected by the people of Winfield. Can't make out some of it. Them to the cause of just and something government, up there at the very, very top. We'll probably go down the other side, maybe here in a little bit. And this is the old Career Traveler building. Another busy intersection right here. A building right over there. That's been a lot of different things over the years. Right now it's home to Luigi's Italian restaurant. But it's been a lot of different things over the years. And this great big huge building here, I remember as being a Tasco, Oklahoma Tire Supply. I mean, that was when I was a kid. Of course, they went out many years ago, and it now is the Winfield Area Chamber of Commerce, and it's been this for quite some time. Getting ready for our 150th celebration weekends coming up. They got some activities planned. But yeah, that's what that is. It's been that way it's been here for quite a few years. I think this used to be a Mexican restaurant, maybe. But it went out here a while back. It's going to be a it says med spa. Okay, 119 East 9th. Law offices and attorneys back in the day. That's what that was. And this says Gail Burden, Mark Wellmeyer, MD. I don't think they're there anymore. And this used to be a jewelry store, I do believe, if I'm not mistaken. But I think it's been empty for a long time. And here's her locker, attorneys at law. Okay, this is Albright Real Estate, and they might still be in business. I don't know. My goodness. Wow. Okay. All right. And this is Winfield Crop Insurance. This used to be a barber shop years ago. And of course we're coming up on RCB Bank. This used to be First National Bank. When I was a kid growing up, that's where my folks banked at here in Winfield. See, there's First National building. First National Bank has still got the plaque there on the inside. But anyway, now we're coming up on 9th and Main, and back in the day there were 4 banks, one on each corner. There was the Winfield National Bank, is that building straight ahead of us, and it was an MD office. I don't think it's that anymore. And then there was, this says Union State Bank now, but I don't know if it was Union State Bank back then or not. And this was another bank. Very old historic buildings. Of course, that was no longer historic building. But anyway, yeah. Now, let me just walk down this way real quick if I can get the light here before I get run over, because people don't care if they run over you or not. Don't dare hold them up, I'll tell you. Right here on this corner, it says Kaufman's, but right here in this corner, a sheriff was shot and killed during a bank robbery. This used to be the Cali County National Bank years and years ago. It's a Mexican restaurant now. It's under a different name. But these old buildings have quite a history if you'll do some research. I've done a little bit of research. I went to the Historical Museum and seen old pictures and that sort of thing, but very interesting. This has been placed on the National Register of Historic Places. Yeah, Winfield's got a pretty colorful history, that's for sure. Let's go, if we can go across the street. And this is downtown Winfield, right on 9th and Main. We'll try to walk around here a little bit. Okay, I got the green light, so we're going to attempt to cross. Union State Bank was established 1908. This corner marks the spot where in 1869 Colonel E.C. Manning of Winfield placed the stake from which the city of Winfield was laid out. The first building in Winfield, Colonel Manning's old log store, stood on this corner. In 1885, Henry Goldsmith acquired the property, where it remained a bookstore for a period of 32 years. In 1917, the State Bank purchased the lot and built the first 25 by 70 feet of this building. The expansions of the State Bank in 1927 and 1989 have resulted in the current building. Pretty interesting. I will tell you though that, let me show you something first. Their little emblem up here with the Stone Arch Bridge, I like that. I've done every Stone Arch Bridge that's still there in Cali County, and there's a picture of it up there. On our YouTube channel, if you'll scroll down, 2 or 3 years ago, I did a whole slurry of Stone Arch Bridges. I even got to go on 2 that were on private property, and I had the owner's permission to be on the property and do a video of those bridges. So if you're interested in these old Stone Arch Bridges, look up my YouTube channel, and I've done every one that aired in Cali County. I've also done them in Chautauqua County. Oh gosh, all the surrounding counties here. Well, I'll put it to you this way: I've done almost 100 of Stone Arch, March Arch, Steel Truss, Water Truss, Pony Truss bridges. But yes, yep. Now right here, I do believe it was right here at 823 Main Street. I think it was right here. I could be wrong. I think it was right here. There was a men's clothing store. Very, very exclusive, if that's what you want to call it. Very expensive clothing store. And I've always been a clothes horse. When I was a little kid, I used to love nice clothes. And I used to come in here at that clothing store and just look around and look at the clothes. I know that's kind of weird, but that's what I did when I was a kid. Now, right here, Right here used to be the Pete McGill Furniture Store. And I worked there as a teenager. In fact, I got to go upstairs in the second floor, and there was a doctor's office, a dentist office, there was a big, huge freight elevator. It's just pretty cool up there. But that's what this used to be. That's what I remember it being. Pete McGill Furniture Store. Pete McGill, well, if I could talk, Pete McGill was our House Speaker at that time. And this chef's table, I don't know if it ever really worked out or not. I was never in here. It always looked too expensive for me. And this says Lynn Care. They provide like oxygen bottles and all kinds of medical type stuff. This building appears empty. Or no, it's not empty either. I think it's part of the where they sell office supplies and that sort of thing. I think that's what this is, although I could be mistaken. I'm not sure what they do in there anymore. And you're going to tell what this was. This was a 807 Main, constructed in 1880. It had a whole list of occupants: drugstore, saloon, fancy goods, millinery, red front grocery, jewel restaurant, Candyland, Brown confectionery, United States grocery, a Western Auto, Mr. B's Sewing, Steve's Appliance, American Family Insurance was right in this building here. And speaking about that, here's American Family Insurance right here. Jonathan Leeper, agent. Very, very, very nice people. They will help you out. They've gotten me out of a lot of scrapes with accidents and such. Very nice people. I highly recommend them as your insurance. This is Freeman Eye Care, and then down on the corner here used to be Biederman's Bistro and Catering, and I heard that they were closed. I do not know that for a fact. They may still have partial hours. I'm not sure about that. And this building here where Biederman's used to be was constructed in 1879, and it had a whole list of owners: real estate, bakery, dry goods, grocery. I mean the list: Boston Candy Kitchen, Kate's Furniture, Tribune Office, Goodwin Hardware, Kate Furniture, Nickel Hardware, Thrift Store, and then of course Biederman's Bistro and Catering. I'm sure this building here has a ton of history behind it. I remember it being the old Alco. That's far back as I can go. I think we'll turn around and go back on the other side. I'm going to do a more full-length video of the downtown businesses probably later on this summer. But yeah, this used to be Alco. Now it's some sort of a dance studio or something, I'm not sure. And this building right over here, the upstairs is a Masonic Lodge. It was a hardware store for many, many, many years. And it's now a antique store. We'll go over here and we'll read what's on this plaque. 150 years of masonry in Winfield, Kansas, 1872 to 2022. And then this building here, here's some of the occupants: Mighton Hardware, Plumbing, Winfield Implement, Merchandise Mart, AAA Merchandise Mart. That's one I remember. Bob's True Value, Bradbury Hometown True Value. That's what I remember it as, those businesses there. You got pretty colorful history. And this building right over here, there used to be a store. Building used to sit here. It got torn down. There was a fire and destroyed the building. Then they built this 800 Main place. It's kind of like a mall area in there. Yeah. Oh, Calvert's. Yeah, it was Calvert's department store back in the day. Any rate, I'm waiting for somebody to get across the street here. Okay. The old Calvert's department store had a huge basement, and they turned it into a nightclub called The Cellar. And I used to go there all the time. I was in my 20s, probably early 20s. But that burnt down. They built this in its place. And like I said earlier, it's now known as 800 Main Place. I used to get my hair cut in here years and years ago. I've been in there for probably, 15 years. But at any rate, we'll try to walk another couple of blocks down. Now this is called, it's got Precision Printing and Apparel. And then over here it's got Endless Summer. So I am not really, probably a sun tanning or something. 808 Main, constructed in 1901. Wilson Jewelry, Stutzman Jewelry, Wilson Jewelry, Rapelius Jewelry, and that's what it is today. And that's right here. Jewelry. Now this Rice Family Dentistry used to be like a stationery. They sold like gift cards and like all different kinds of cards and pens and stationery. Peerless, or no, not Peerless. I can't remember the name of it, but that was in there for many years. And this building was I think it was an Anthony's, something like that. Now it's it's just like a little gift type, souvenir type store. Now this used to be where they sold vitamins and diet type, things like that. But it's not been that for quite some time. It's still empty. But yeah, Health World, vitamins, foods, and aromatherapy. I don't think we're going to go any further today, but I do plan on doing a more detailed video about downtown Winfield. There's Graves Drug. I worked for Graves Drug as a teenager. And there's a lodge upstairs. I'd love to go up there sometime. I've never been up there. But like I say, we will do a more comprehensive videos here in the next month or two. But yeah, that was a little tour of downtown Winfield. Okay, well, we're going to go back to now on this side of the street. Now see, we just came from over there. This says Orion Diploma Completion and Learning Center. Okay. I don't think that's been there too long. I'm not sure what's in here. Happy birthday, Winfield, 150th. Incorporated 1873. I'm not sure what's in there. This is Eagle Nest now, but this used to be a real high-end women's clothing store. Kerrs. I think it was Kerrs. This is Ferguson building built in 1899 rather. And it was a Farringer drugstore, Ida Wilson Milliner, M.B. Kerr Company. That's the one I remember. And I don't know that it's open anymore. Yeah, a lot of these just aren't open anymore for one reason or another. P.H. Albright Farm Loan Company, Barber Collison, Abstract, 1881, 1922. And now they are a secured title business. And this has the shops at Millington Place, Wonderland, Secret Garden, Birdcage. The whole list is Josephine the Company because it's closed until further notice. And then this is Luigi's. I've never been in here. Never have. Well, now we're on 9th and Millington. Millington Street was known as the Street of Churches, and from about 10th Street on down it used to be full of churches, all kinds of churches. Okay. And here's one of these leave a book, take a book, I think, kind of things, I think. And then here's a massage therapy, it says. Looks like a hairdresser or a hair place of some sort. I'm not real sure. This used to be a dentist office years, and when I was a little kid, I used to come here for dental work. That would have been a long time ago. Okay, we're almost where we started, so I think we're going to call it a day. Hope you enjoyed this impromptu historical tour of downtown Winfield. I really hadn't planned on doing that, but I thought, what the heck? I'll go ahead and give it a try. Now, when I do it again, when I have another tour, I'll try to have some more information, what I need, or whatever. But I hope you enjoyed today's video. Hope you have a really nice Monday. Whatever you do, be safe. That's the most important thing. Go out and explore your world. Have a good time. But again, be aware of your surroundings and just be safe. So I think for now we're going to call it a day. And as always, we'll see you on the next video. So, goodbye for now. The old and the new.